Good evening and welcome to Sutton High School for this evening's performance. Before we begin, please help us by silencing and putting away your phones or devices. Please take a moment to look around you and notice the closest exits just in case there is an emergency. Also, we encourage you to look at the playbill and support the businesses and people that support us. Thank you so much for taking the time to come out and support us. You had many things you could have done tonight, and we are so grateful you chose to be with us. Now, sit back and enjoy Charles Dickens's timeless classic, A Christmas Carol.
First, Marley was dead. There was no doubt whatever about that. The register of his burial was signed by the clergyman, the clerk, the undertaker, and the chief mourner.
Marley was as dead as a door. There's no doubt that Marley was dead. This must be distinctly understood, or nothing wonderful could come to the story we are going to relate.
Did Scrooge know he was dead? Of course he did. Scrooge was his friend for many years. He was his sole partner, his sole executor, and his sole mourner. And even he was not so dreadfully cut up by the event.
Scrooge never pieced out old Marley's name. There it stood years afterwards above the warehouse doors, Scrooge and Marley. Some people new to the business called Scrooge Scrooge, and some called him Marley. But he answered to both names. It was all the same to him.
Oh, but Scrooge was a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone, a squeezing, wrenching, grasping, scraping, clutching, covetous old sinner. No warmth could warm, no wintry weather chill him. No wind that blew was bitterer than he. No falling snow more intent upon its purpose. No pelting rain less open to entreaty.
Even foul weather did not know where to have him. No one ever stopped him in the streets to say, "My dear Scrooge, how are you? When will you come to see me?"
Truth is, man nor beast dared attempt social intercourse at all with him. But what did Scrooge care? To edge his way along the crowded paths of life, warning all human sympathy to keep its distance, was his chosen way.
Once, on Christmas Eve, Scrooge sat busy in his counting outs. The door was open that he might keep an eye upon his clerk, who, in a dismal little cell beyond, was copying letters. Scrooge had a very small fire, but the clerk's fire was so very much smaller that it looked like one coal. But he could not replenish it, for Scrooge kept the coal box in his own room. Wherefore, the clerk put on his comforter and tried to warm himself at the candle.
Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Nephew, go away.
Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Is that all that you can say?
My dear Uncle, it's Christmas and the world is full of cheer.
How droll, my little nephew, but we work around here.
Uncle, don't be dismal. You have reasons to be glad.
Nephew, don't be happy. You have reasons to be sad.
It's Christmas, Uncle. You don't mean that, I've no doubt. Everyone in here should celebrate here and all about.
You are poor, and what right have you to be merry?
I am indeed poor, but happy on the contrary. You are rich. What right have you to frown?
It's quite easy when I'm surrounded by such clowns. We live in a world full of foolish, poor people. Christmas only adds to their heavy loads. You can tell me that it's better to be happy. Thank you, but I'll take a richer road. Merry Christmas, what a foolish thing to say. Save it for someone who has bills that he can't pay. If I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled with his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart.
Uncle, you don't really mean that.
Nephew, I certainly do, and do just fine. You keep Christmas in your own way and let me keep it in mine.
Keep it, but you don't keep it.
Let me leave it alone then. Much good may it do you. Much good has it ever done you.
Good is fine and doesn't have to come with gold. There are ways to be helpful without something sold. Christmas to me is a special time, a time to be charitable, pleasant, and kind. It's the only time of year where people seem to share a loving state of mind. Freely we should give to all, especially those in need. From debt and hunger we should always be freed. A time where all seem to be on the very same road. One way, same way, that way, all day. Let everyone joyful choose to say, what's the point in saving joy? Share it with every man, woman, girl, and boy. Open your shut-up hearts, freely give and nothing save. Treat your life like something special, not just a pathway to a grave. Therefore, Uncle, though my pockets may not be full, as you can see, I prefer a thankful heart over treasures I can see. I believe it has done me good, both big and small, and given me reason to believe that it will for me and for all. Christmas does me good and can for you as well, and if you don't like that, I say you can go to my house.
Bravo. Well said.
Let me hear another sound out of you, and you'll keep your Christmas by losing your situation. You're quite a powerful speaker, sir. I wonder you don't go into Parliament.
Don't be angry, Uncle. Come, dine with us tomorrow.
No.
But why?
Why did you get married?
Because I fell in love.
Because you fell in love. Good afternoon.
Nay, Uncle, you never came to see me before that happened. Why give it as a reason for not coming now?
Good afternoon.
I want nothing from you. I ask nothing of you. Why cannot we be friends? It's Christmas.
Good afternoon.
I am sorry, with all my heart, to find you so resolute. But I have made the trial in homage to Christmas, and I'll keep my Christmas humor till last. So a Merry Christmas, Uncle.
Good afternoon.
And a Happy New Year.
Bah humbug.
My dear Cratchit, I bid you a good day and wish you and your family a wonderful and Merry Christmas.
Same to you, sir. Merry Christmas.
There's another fellow, my clerk, with 15 shillings a week and a wife and family talking about a Merry Christmas.
Excuse me, sir. Have I the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Mr. Marley has been dead these 7 years. He died 7 years ago this very night.
We have no doubt his liberality is well represented by his surviving partner.
At this festive season of the year, Mr. Scrooge, it is usually more than desirable we make some slight provision for the poor and destitute who suffer greatly during this present time.
Many are in want of common necessities. Many are in want of common comforts, sir.
Are there no prisons?
Plenty of prisons.
And the union workhouses, are they still in operation?
They are. I wish I could say they were not.
The treadmill and the poor law are in full vigor then?
Both very busy, sir.
Under the impression that we scarcely furnish Christian cheer of mind and body to the multitude, a few of us are endeavoring to raise the poor some meat and drink and means of warmth.
We choose this time because it is a time of all others. Want is keenly felt, in abundance rejoices. What shall I put you down for?
Nothing.
You wish to remain anonymous?
I wish to be left alone. I don't make myself merry at Christmas, and I can't afford to make idle people merry. I help to support the establishments I have mentioned. They cost enough, and those who are badly off must go there.
Many can't go there, and many would rather die.
They had rather die, they had better do it, and decrease the surplus population.
You cannot mean that, sir.
It's not my business. It's enough for a man to understand his own business and not to interfere with other people's. Mine occupies me constantly. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Well, Merry Christmas, sir.
Bah humbug. Seven o'clock. You'll want all day tomorrow, I suppose.
If it's quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient, and it's not fair. If I was to stop half a crown for it, you'd think yourself ill-used.
Sir,
And yet, you don't think me ill-used when I pay a day's wages for no work.
It's just once a year, sir. Surely you understand. Just once a year.
Poor excuse for picking a man's pocket every 25th of December. But I suppose you must have the whole day. Be here all the earlier the next morning.
Oh, I will, sir. Thank you, sir. My family and I wish you the merriest of Christmases, sir. Have a wonderful evening, sir, and
The office was closed in a twinkling.
Having read all the newspapers in his banker's book, went home to bed.
He lived in chambers which had once belonged to his deceased partner.
The yard was so dark that even Scrooge, who knew its every stone, was fain to grope with his hands.
The fog and frost so hung about the black old gateway of the house that it seemed as if the genius of the weather sat in mournful meditation on the threshold.
Marley's face was not as the other things in the yard, but had a dismal light about it. It was not angry or ferocious, but looked at Scrooge as Marley used to look.
Its livid color made it horrible, but its horror seemed to be in spite of the face and beyond its control, rather than a part of its own expression.
As Scrooge stared fixedly at this phenomenon, it was a knocker again. To say that he was not startled would be untrue, but
he put his hand upon the key he had relinquished, turned it sturdily, walked in, and lighted his candle.
He did pause with a moment's irresolution before he shut the door, and he did look cautiously behind it first. But there was nothing on the back of the door, so he said, "Humbug," and closed it, fastened it, and went up the stairs. Up Scrooge went, not caring a button that it was dark. Darkness is cheap, and Scrooge liked it.
But before he shut his heavy door, he walked about his room to see that all was right. He had just enough recollection of the face to desire to do that. Quite satisfied, he closed his door and locked himself in. Double locked himself in, which was not his custom. Thus, secured against surprise, he took off his cravat, put on his dressing gown and slippers, and his nightcap, and sat down before the fire to take his gruel.
It's humbug still. I won't believe it. How now? What do you want with me?
Much.
Who are you?
Ask me who I was.
Who were you then?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
Can you sit down?
I can.
Do it then.
You don't believe in me.
I don't.
What evidence would you have of my reality beyond that of your senses?
I don't know.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because a little thing affects them. You may be an undigested bit of beef, a blot of mustard, a crumb of cheese, a fragment of an underdone potato. There's more of gravy than I'm grave about you, whatever you are.
Ha!
Mercy! Dreadful apparition, why do you trouble me?
Man of the worldly mind, do you believe in me or not?
I do. I must. But why do spirits walk the earth, and why do they come to me?
It is required of every man that the spirit within him shall walk abroad among his fellow men and travel far and wide. And if that spirit goes not forth in life, it is condemned to do so after death. It is doomed to wander through the world, oh, woe is me, and witness what it cannot share but might have shared on earth and turned into happiness.
You're fettered. Tell me why.
I wear the chains I forged in life. I made them link by link and yard by yard. I girded them on my own free will, and of my own free will I wore them. Is its pattern strange to you? Or would you know the weight and the length of the strong coil you bear yourself? It was as full, as long, and as heavy as this 7 Christmas Eves ago. You have labored on it since. It is a ponderous chain.
Jacob. Oh, Jacob, tell me more. Speak comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give, nor can I tell you what I would. A very little more is permitted to me. I cannot rest, I cannot stay, I cannot linger anywhere. My spirit never walked beyond our counting house. Mark me. In life, my spirit never roved beyond the narrow limits of our money-changing hole, and weary journeys lie before me.
But you were always a good man of business, Jacob.
Business? Mankind was my business. The common welfare was my business. Charity, mercy, forbearance, and benevolence were all my business. The dealings of my trade were but a drop of water in the comprehensive ocean of my business. At this time of year, I suffer most. Why did I walk through crowds of fellow beings with my eyes turned down? Were there no poor homes to which light would have conducted me? Hear me, my time is nearly gone.
I will, but don't be hard upon me. Don't be flowery, Jacob, pray.
Ebenezer, I must warn you, things aren't always as they seem. Though you find this quite disturbing, I assure you it's not a dream. Our lives followed a cold pathway, carrying a common theme. We both sought something much greater, chasing it to an extreme. Take and look deep down inside you. You know I'm truly what I claim. Listen to my words of warning to help avoid my sense of shame. I was just a man of business, seeking wealth and earthly fame. But my fate now harsh and bitter, I have no one else to blame. Think of all the suffering people searching for a shred of relief. Think of all the ways your money could give them hope and some belief. Though you are a man of business, invest in humanity. The change will be quite apparent. Trust me, friend, you wait and see. Ebenezer, I must warn you, my words may not be too kind. Sometimes brusque and harsh reminders are the ways to change a mind. Your fate may be changed or altered, possibly it's realigned. But without a change of heart and mind, I guarantee that you'll find a life lost and truly wasted. Ebenezer, you must beware. I don't want to force upon you. Find a way to make you scared, but stop your evil ways. Choose to live, not count your days. Do just what I say, don't just wait, work, and replay. Live a life that's full, try to get that through your skull. Make a change today, or believe me when I say, beware. I am here tonight to warn you that you have yet a chance and hope of escaping my fate, a chance and hope of my procuring Ebenezer. You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Is that the chance and hope you mentioned, Jacob?
It is.
I think I'd rather not.
Without their visits, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Expect the first when the bell tolls 1, the second on the stroke of 2, and the third when the clock rings 3.
Couldn't I take them all at once and have it over, Jacob? Humbug. The hour itself, and nothing else. Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me?
I am.
Who and what are you?
I am the ghost of Christmas past.
Long past.
No, your past.
Well, what brings you here?
Your welfare.
Thank you, but I'd rather sleep.
Your reclamation, then. Take heed, rise, and go with me.
But I am mortal and liable to fall.
Bear but a touch of my hand, and you shall be upheld in more than this.
Good heavens! I was bred in this place. I was a boy here.
Your lip is trembling, and what is that upon your cheek?
Nothing.
You recollect the way?
Remember it. I could walk it blindfolded.
Strange to have forgotten it for so many years. Let us go on.
Tommy! Mr. Bridgers, the Harrington Farm! Hey, hey! Can they?
These are but shadows of the things that have been. They have no consciousness of us.
My old school. School is out.
The school is not quite deserted. A solitary child, neglected by his friends, is left there still.
Why, it's Ali Baba. It's dear old honest Ali Baba. Yes, I do recall. One Christmas Eve, when yonder solitary child was left here all alone, he did come. For the first time. Just like this. Poor boy. And Valentine and his wild brother Orson, there they go. Poor boy. I wish, but it's too late now.
What is the matter?
Nothing. There were children singing a Christmas carol at my door last night. Should like to have given them something, that's all.
Let us see another Christmas.
Lights are off, the streets are empty. I feel so all alone. No warmth or cheer, no stars so bright like anything I have known. Without true joy, this lonely child seeks somewhere he can go.
much kinder than he used to be, that home is like heaven. He spoke so gently to me one dear night when I was going up to bed that I was not afraid to ask him once more if you might come home. And he said, yes, you should, and sent me in a coach to bring you. And you're to be a man and are never to come back here. But first, we're to be together all the Christmas long and have the merriest time in all the world.
You were quite a woman, little fan.
Always a delicate creature with whom a breath might have withered, but she had a large heart.
So she had
She died a woman and had, as I think, children.
one child.
True, your nephew.
Yes.
Let us go on. Do you know this place?
Know it? I was apprenticed here. Why, it's Fezziwig. Bless his heart, it's old Fezziwig alive again.
Yo-ho, Ebenezer, Rich.
Rich Wilkins, to be sure. Bless me, there he is. He was very much attached to me, he was.
Yo-ho, my boys, no more work tonight. Let's have the shutters up before a man can say Jack Robinson. Hilly-ho, clear away, my lads, and let's have lots of room here. Hilly-ho, Rich, Ebenezer.
And now, a waltz. A small matter to make these silly folks so full of gratitude. He has spent but a few pounds of your mortal money, 3 or 4, perhaps. Is that so much that he deserves this praise?
It isn't that. It isn't that, Spirit. He has the power to render us happy or unhappy, to make our service light or burdensome, a pleasure or toil. Say that his power lies in words and looks, and things so slight and insignificant, it's impossible to add or count them up. What then? The happiness he gives is quite as great as if it cost a fortune.
What is the matter?
Nothing particular.
Something, I think.
I should like to be able to say a word or two to my clerk just now, that's all.
My time grows short. Quick!
It matters little. To you, very little. An idol has displaced me, and if it can cheer and comfort you in time to come, I have no just cause to grieve.
What idol has displaced you?
A golden one.
This is the even-handed dealing of the world. There's nothing on which is so hard as poverty, and nothing that professes to condemn with such severity as the pursuit of wealth.
You fear the world too much. All your other hopes have merged into the hope of being beyond the chance of its sordid approach. I've seen your nobler aspirations fall off, one by one, until the master passion gain engrosses you. Have I not?
What then? Even if I have grown so much wiser, what then? I'm not changed towards you, am I?
Our contract is an old one. It was made when we were both poor and content to be so, until, in good season, we could improve our worldly fortune by our patient industry. You are changed. When it was made, you were another man.
I was a boy.
Your own feeling tells you that you were not what you are. I am. That which promised happiness when we were one in heart is fraught with misery now that we are two. How often and how keenly I've thought of this, I will not say. It is enough that I have thought of it and can release you.
Have I ever sought release?
In words, no, never.
And what then?
In a changed nature, in an altered spirit, in another atmosphere of life, another hope at its great end, in everything that made my love of any worth or value in your sight. If this had never been between us, tell me, would you seek me out and try to win me now? No.
You think not.
I would gladly think otherwise if I could, heaven knows. But when I have learned a truth like this, I know how strong and irresistible it must be. But if you were free today, tomorrow, yesterday, can even I believe you would choose a dowerless girl? You, when your very confidence with her weighs everything by gain. Or, in choosing her, if for a moment you were false enough to your one guiding principle to do so, do I not know that your repentance and regret would surely follow? I do, and I release you for the love of him you once were. Once upon a time, there seemed to be nothing for you but me. Once upon a time, our lives were filled with joy and simplicity. We lived and loved in a life that seemed built on a perfect love. But things have changed, and now there's one thing I am certain of. I release you to go and find your own way. I release you to live for a richer day. I will go and leave you to a life that only you can see. I release you to live a life that's free of me.
The way of the world is hard for me to ignore or push to the side. Riches and gain, great wealth and fame are sources of foolish pride. Two lives that were together now are drifting far apart. Matters of business can coexist with matters of the heart. So don't release me. Let's find a joy that I've been told can truly be found. Collecting silver and gold. Chase this life with me, and may it bring us joy that we can hold. Don't release me. Let's live a life pursuing gold.
If I leave you, then your focus can be solely how to find a life of wealth, and I won't be troubling your mind.
I can do both and achieve both, despite what you believe. I can be a success and love as well, both things I can achieve.
You've already lost your balance.
I'm not changed.
You've already gone away.
That's not true.
If I thought differently,
You
then
must.
I would quickly choose to stay.
Please do.
But when we first loved is not the same, and become a forgotten day. And we both know that's the case, and so that's why we must say, I release you to go and find your own way. I release you to live for a richer day. I will go and leave you to a life that only you can see. I release you, freely give you. I release you to live a life that's free of me. You may, and the memory of what is half past makes me hope that you will find pain in this. A very, very brief time, and you'll dismiss the recollection of it gladly as an unprofitable dream from which it happened well, which you awoke. May you be happy in the life you have chosen. Spirit, show me no more. Conduct
Conduct me home. Why do you delight to torture me?
One shadow more.
No more. No more. I do not wish to see it. Show me no more.
Belle, I saw an old friend of yours this afternoon.
Who was it?
Guess.
How can I? Don't I know? Mr. Scrooge.
Mr. Scrooge it was. I passed his office window earlier, as it was not shut up, and there he had a candle inside. I could scarcely help seeing him. His partner lies upon the point of death, I hear. And there he sat alone. Quite alone in the world, I do believe.
Spirit, remove me from this place.
I told you these are shadows of the things that have been, that they are what they are. Do not blame me.
Remove me. I cannot bear it. Leave me. Take me back. Haunt me no longer.
Come out and know me better, man. I am the ghost of Christmas present. You have never seen the likes of me before.
Never.
Have never walked forth with the younger members of my family, meaning, for I'm very young, my elder siblings born in these later years.
I'm afraid I have not. Have you had many siblings, Spirit?
More than 1,800.
A tremendous family to provide for. Spirit, conduct me where you will. I went forth last night and learned a lesson that is working now. Tonight, if you have aught to teach me, let me profit by it.
Touch my robe.
Oh, this looks wonderful, Mother.
These are done, Mother.
Mine's ready too.
Oh, Mother, let me help.
Me too, Mother, me too.
Careful, children. You'll all get a chance to help. Yes, you
It
will.
smells so lovely.
It looks wonderful.
I can't wait.
Can we try it?
Oh, let me taste.
Now, what has ever got your precious father then? And your brother, Tiny Tim? And Martha was missed late last Christmas Day by half an hour.
Here's Martha, Mother.
Here's Martha, Mother. Hurrah! There's such a goose, Martha.
Why, bless your heart alive, my dear, how late you are.
We had a deal of work to finish up last night and had to clear away this morning, Mother.
Never mind, so long as you are here. Sit ye down by the fire, my dear, and get warm.
No, there's Father coming.
Hide, Martha, hide.
Why, where's our Martha?
Not coming.
Not coming. coming upon Christmas Day.
Here she is, Father!
And how did our little Tim behave?
As good as gold. You know, he gets thoughtful sitting by himself so much, and he thinks the strangest things you ever heard. You know, he told me one night coming home from the church that he hoped the people there saw him because he was a cripple. And it might be pleasant for them to remember on Christmas Day who made lame beggars walk and blind men see.
Father, oh Father, did you smell our feast?
Father, just look at our table. Such a goose, Father. Such a wonderful goose.
The best goose ever.
Let's get the gravy on the table.
Just what about the potatoes I made?
Taste my bread.
Father, I made the applesauce.
Just look at this table. Such a feast, made by and for us. A Merry Christmas, my dears. God bless us.
God bless us, everyone.
Spirit, tell me if Tiny Tim will live.
I see a vacant seat by the chimney corner, and a crutch without an owner, carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
No, Spirit. Oh, no, no. Say he will be spared.
If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, none other of my kind will find him here. What then? If he be like to die, he had better do it and decrease the surplus population. Man, if man you'll be in heart, forbear that wicked cant until you have discovered what the surplus is and where it is. Will you decide what men shall live, what men shall die? It may be that in the sight of heaven, you are more worthless and less fit to live than millions like this poor man's child.
Mr. Scrooge, I'll give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of this feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I'd had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and I hope he'd have good appetite for it.
My dear children, Christmas Day.
It should be Christmas Day, I am sure, on which one drinks the health of such an unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is, Robert.
My dear.
Nobody knows it better than you, poor fellow.
My dear, Christmas Day.
I'll drink his health for your sake in the days, not for his. Long life to him, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. He'll be very merry and very happy indeed, I have no doubt.
To Mr. Scrooge. Come on now, family. Don't look so down. It's Christmas after all. How about a song?
Much for what we got, it's good enough for us. We stay together, that's a lot. Family means so much. Oh, family, family, that means you and that means me. Family, family, we're a happy family.
My stove is small, my cupboard bare, I do the best I can. I give my all, my love I share, and that's what people can.
Oh, family, family, that means you and that means me. Family, family, we're a happy family. We have a mom, we have a dad, and that is good for us. They both work hard, they give their all, and that is just enough. Oh, family, family, that means you and that means me. Family, family, we're a happy family.
I have a job, it don't pay much, but somehow we make do. But I have a wife, I have great kids, and that, my friends, is true.
Oh, family, family, that means you and that means me. Family, family, we're a happy family. This time of year, joy and cheer come in great supply. So sing our song and come along and spread great joy to girls and boys and freely give and freely live. Don't be a Scrooge like Mr. Scrooge and all but you'll defy. Oh, family, family, that means you and that means me. Family, family, we're a happy family. Family, family, that means you and that means me. Family, family, we're a happy family.
Come, on this day, people everywhere, poor or wealthy, have reason to be thankful.
Let me show you another place.
What place is this? Why, it's my nephew's home.
He said that Christmas was a humbug as I live, and he believed it too.
More shame for him, Fred.
He's a comical old fellow, that's the truth, and not so pleasant as he might be. However, his offenses carry their own punishment, and I have nothing to say against him.
I'm sure he's very rich, Fred. At least you always tell me so.
What of that, my dear? His wealth is of no use to him. He doesn't do any good with it. He doesn't make himself comfortable with it. He hasn't the satisfaction of thinking that he is ever going to benefit us with it.
I have no patience with him.
Oh, I have. I feel sorry for him. I couldn't be angry with him if I tried. Who suffers by his ill whims? Himself, always. Here, he takes it into his head to dislike us and not come and dine with us. What's the consequence? He doesn't lose much of a dinner.
Indeed, I think he loses a very good dinner.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that. I haven't great faith in these young housekeepers. What do you say, Topper?
A bachelor's a wretched outcast, so therefore I have no right expressing an opinion on the subject.
Do go on, Fred. He never finishes what he's going to say. Such a ridiculous fellow.
I was only going to say that the consequence of his taking a dislike to us and not making merry with us is, as I think, that he loses some pleasant moments which could do him no harm. He loses pleasanter companions, I am sure, than he can find in his own thoughts, either in his moldy old office or his dusty chambers. I mean to give him the same chance every year, whether he likes it or not. For I pity him. He may rail at Christmas till he dies, but he can't help thinking better of it. I defy him. If he finds me going there in good temper, year after year, saying, "Uncle Scrooge, how are you?" if it only puts him in the vein to leave his poor clerk 50 pounds, that's something. And I think I shook him yesterday.
I suggest we play a game. How about Blind Man's Bluff?
Oh, Topper. I suggest a different game.
Oh, yes, make it yes and no.
My thoughts exactly. Can you think of someone that wishes to be kissed?
That's easy. It's Topper.
Yes, it is.
Okay, let's make it harder. Let's play a game.
What kind of game?
A game that's fun for all. Let's play a game.
What kind of game?
A game enjoyed by all. This very game.
What very game?
Is sure on you to grow. This very game.
What very game?
Is simply called yes or no. It's a simple game.
How simple?
You simply have to guess. It's a simple game.
How simple?
You guess like all the rest. This simple game.
Are you sure it's simple?
You guess something strange or true. This simple game.
This simple game.
Loved by me and you.
So play with us, come play with us. This game is fun to play. So play with us, come play with us. Let's play without delay. So play with us, come play with us. Get ready, set, and go. So play with us, come play with us. This game called yes and no.
Guess, my lady.
Must I guess the fine? I guess a city?
Good guess, my lady.
Was I right?
That you're wrong is such a pity. Now you, fair one.
My turn already? Okay, I guess a place.
You did your job.
But was it right?
That you're wrong is a disgrace. Okay, now Topper.
Oh, nuts.
You must do as they both tried. Now go.
I say animal.
Yes, but don't let your head swell with pride. So play with us, come play with us. This game must carry on. So play with us, come play with us. Don't worry if you are wrong. So play with us, come play with us. Let's go where we must go. So play with us, come play with us. This game called yes and no. Okay, let's pick it up. Is it living? Yes, you know it is.
Walks on all fours?
Not even if it tried.
Does it run fast?
Not at all. Disagreeable every single time.
A savage beast?
As savage as it comes.
It's a growling grunt.
Yes, now we're having fun. It walks, but does it talk? Yes, just like me and you.
Perhaps we should guess where it lives.
London would be the obvious place.
Yes, as obvious as the nose on my face.
I think I know.
Are you sure?
I think I know.
Is your answer true?
I think I know.
I'm sure you do. Say it loud to the entire crowd. The answer is Uncle Scrooge. You played with us. You played with us. This game we love to play. drink his health. Here is a glass of wine ready to our hand at the moment, and I say, Uncle Scrooge!
Uncle Scrooge!
A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to the old man, whatever he is. He wouldn't take it from me, but may he have it nevertheless. Uncle Scrooge!
Uncle Scrooge! Spirit, must we leave?
My time grows short.
Our spirit's life so short.
My life upon this globe ends tonight.
Tonight.
Tonight at midnight. Hark! The time draws near.
Forgive me, but I see something strange and not belonging to yourself protruding from your skirts. Is it a foot or a claw?
It may be a claw, for the flesh is there upon it. Look here.
Spirit, are they yours?
They are man's. They cling to me, appealing from their fathers. The first is ignorance. The second is want. Beware them both in all their degree, but most of all, beware this child. For written upon his brow I see, which is doom, lest the writing be erased. Deny it, slander those who tell it ye, admit it for thy factious purposes, and bide the end.
Have they no refuge or resource?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses?
Am I in the presence of the ghost of Christmas yet to come? You are about to show me shadows of the things that have not happened yet, but will happen in the time before us. Is that so, Spirit? Ghost of the future, I fear you more than any specter I have seen. But as I know your purpose is to do me good, and as I hope to live to be another man from what I was, I am prepared to bear your company and do so with a thankful heart. Will you not speak to me? Lead on, the night is waning fast and it's precious time to me, I know. Lead on, Spirit.
No, I don't know much about it either way. I only know he's dead.
When did he die?
Last night, I believe.
Why? What was the matter with him? I thought he'd never die.
God knows.
What has he done with his money?
Left it to his company, perhaps? He hasn't left it to me, that's all I know.
It's likely to be a very cheap funeral, for upon my life, I don't know anyone to go to it. Suppose we make a party and volunteer?
I don't mind going if there's a lunch provided, but I must be fed if I attend.
Well, I'm the most disinterested among all, after all, for I don't wear black gloves and I never eat lunch. When I come to think of it, I wasn't at all most sure I wasn't his most particular friend, but we used to stop and speak whenever we met.
How are you? Well, old Scratch has got his own at last, eh?
So I'm told. Cold, isn't it?
Seasonable for Christmas time. You're not a skater, I suppose.
No. Something else to think of. Good morning.
Let the charwoman alone to be the first. Let the launderer alone to be the second. And let the undertaker's men alone to be the third. Look here, old Joe, here's a chance. If we haven't all three met here without meaning it.
You couldn't have met in a better place. You were made free of it long ago, you know. And the other two ain't strangers. We're all suitable to our calling. We're well matched. Come in, come in.
What odds then? What odds, eh? Every person has a right to take care of themselves, always did.
It's true indeed. No man more so.
Why then? Don't stand staring as if you are afraid. We're not gonna pick holes in each other's coats, I suppose.
We should hope not.
Very well then, that's enough. Who's the worse for the loss of a few things like these? Not a dead man, I suppose.
No, indeed.
If he had been natural in his lifetime, a wicked old screw, he wouldn't have been struck with death by himself, gasping his last.
It's the truest word ever spoken. It's a judgment on him.
And it should have been a heavier judgment. I wish it had been. You may depend upon it. If I could have laid my hands on anything else. Open the bundle, Joe, and tell me the value of it. Speak out plain. I'm not afraid to be the first, nor afraid for them to hear it. We know pretty well we were helping ourselves before we met here. It's no sin.
A pencil case, a pair of sleeve buttons, and a brooch. That's your account, and I wouldn't give another 6 pence if I were to be boiled for not doing it. Who's next?
That would be me.
Sheets, towels, 2 old-fashioned silver teaspoons, a pair of sugar tongs, and a pair of boots. I always give too much. It's a weakness of mine. That's the way I ruin myself. That's your account. And if you ask for another penny and make it an open question, I'll repent of being so liberal and knock off half a crown.
Now, in my bundle, Joe.
What do you call this? Bed curtains.
Ah! Bed curtains.
You don't mean to say you took him down, rings and all, with him lying there?
Yes, I do. Why not?
You were born to make your fortune, and you'll certainly do it.
I certainly shan't hold out my hand, and I can get anything in it by reaching it out for the sake of a man such as he was, I promise you, Joe. Don't drop that oil upon the blankets now.
His blankets?
Whose else's, do you think? He isn't likely to take cold without him, I dare say.
You don't think he died of anything catching, eh?
Don't you be afraid of that. I ain't so fond of his presence that I'd loiter about him for such things if he did. Ah! You can look through that shirt till your eyes ache, but you won't find a hole in it, nor a threadbare place. It's the best he had, and a fine one, too. They would have wasted it if it wasn't for me.
What do you call wasting of it?
Putting it on him to be buried in, to be sure. Someone was fool enough to do it, but I took it off again. If calico ain't good enough for such a purpose, it isn't good enough for anything. It's quite as becoming to the body. He can't look uglier than he did in that one. This is the end of it, you see. He frightened everyone away from him while he was alive to benefit us when he was dead. Thank you for dying. So thoughtful, my dear boy.
Rest in peace, old friend. Your legacy we shan't destroy.
You live life in the dark. With you, it was never sunny.
We'll help keep it that way. We just want your goods and your money.
It matters not the time nor place.
It matters not the name nor face.
For us, it's always the same.
Your pain always means our gain.
Face the facts, my friends. We're not in this together.
We all want our share, which makes us birds of a certain feather.
Follow the loud wailing. Listen carefully for the keening.
When we hear that, we just smile. Your house will soon be cleaning.
It matters not accident nor fate.
We never stop to discriminate.
For us, it's always the same.
Your pain always means our gain. Throw your goods on the table. Let's see what you have brought. Toss it all if you are able, and I'll see what you have caught.
No one will miss him. No one will even care.
And that is the beauty of his death.
We all can have our share.
Boots, towels, buttons, and a brooch, all from a former son of a roach. Teaspoon tongs and a bedspread.
We just might finally get ahead.
Bed curtains ripped straight from the scene, taken away quite crisp and quite clean. A nightgown taken off him was rather bold.
Not like the old miser will catch a cold.
Trust me, my friend, when you die, trust me, we'll be standing by. For us, it's always the same. Your pain always means our gain.
Now, Joe, get out your money.
Don't try and do us funny.
We promise that your demise, it will be the same.
Your pain will always
mean our gain.
P.S.
Thank you for dying.
Spirit, the case of this unhappy man might be my own. My life tends that way now. Merciful heaven, what is this? Spirit, this is a fearful place. In leaving it, I shall not leave its lessons. Trust me, let us go. I understand you, and I would do it if I could. But I have not the power. I have not the power, Spirit. If there is any person in the town who feels emotion caused by this man's death, show that person to me, Spirit, I beseech you.
Is it good or bad?
Bad.
We are quite ruined.
No, there is hope yet, Caroline.
If he relents, we are past hope. And such a miracle has happened.
He is past relenting. He is dead. What the half-drunken woman whom I told you of last night said to me when I tried to obtain a week's delay, and what I thought was a mere excuse to avoid me, turns out to have been quite true. He was not only very ill, but dying then.
To whom shall our debt be transferred?
I don't know. But until that time, we shall be ready with the money. And even though we were not, it would be a bad fortune indeed to find so merciless a creditor and his successor. We may sleep tonight with light hearts, Caroline.
Let me see some tenderness connected with the death. Or that dark chamber spirit which we left just now will be forever present to me.
The color hurts my eyes. It makes them weak by candlelight. And I wouldn't show weak eyes to your father when he comes home for the world. It must be near his time.
That's it, rather. But he's walked slower than usual, exactly his mother.
I have known him to walk with Tiny Tim upon his shoulders.
And so have I, often.
But he was very light to carry, and his father loved him, so that it was no trouble. No trouble. And there's your father at the door.
Father, don't be grieved.
Be happy, dear father.
I shall. Fine work you have done, Mother, and kids, you too. Our home looks tidy. Wonderful.
You went today then, Robert?
Yes, my dear. Would have done you good to see how green a place it is. Shall see it often. Promised him I would walk there Sundays. My little child. My little child. saw Mr. Scrooge's nephew today. He was so kind, he said. My Bob, you look just a little bit down, you know. I'm heartily sorry for it, Mr. Cratchit. Heartily sorry for your good wife. By the by, how he knew that, I don't know.
Knew what, my dear?
Or that you were a good wife.
Everybody knows that.
Very well observed, children. I hope that they do. Heartily sorry, he said, for your good wife. And if I can be of service to you in any way, he said, giving me his card, that's where I live. Pray come to me. It wasn't for the sake of anything he might be able to do for us, rather than his kind way that was most delightful. It really seemed as if he had known our Tiny Tim and felt with us.
I'm sure he's a good soul.
You would be sure of it, my dear, if you saw and spoke to him. You'd be at all surprised if you got Peter in a better situation.
Only hear that, Peter.
And then Peter will be setting up with himself and getting along with somebody else.
Get along with you.
Just as likely as not one of these days. But however, whenever we part from one another, we shall none of us forget this first parting that there was among us, shall we?
No, never, Father.
When we recollect how patient and how mild he was, although he was just a little child, we shall not quarrel easily amongst ourselves and forget poor Tiny Tim in doing it, shall we?
Never, Father.
I am happy. I am very happy. Carry on, my loving Father, carry on. Carry on, my loving Father, carry on. Shine a light into the darkness in memory of me. Carry on, my loving Father, carry on. Carry on, my loving sisters, carry on. Carry on, my loving sisters, carry on. Take the love you hold inside and give it to all you see. Carry on, my loving sisters, carry on. Carry on, my loving brother, carry on. Carry on, my loving brother, carry on. You determine your bright future, you can be so brave and strong. Carry on, my loving brother, carry on. Carry on, my loving mother, carry on. Carry on, my loving mother, carry on. Give me all your love, you gave me all and stayed so strong. Carry on, my loving mother, carry on. Carry on, my loving family, carry on. Carry on, my loving family, carry on. Stay together, love each other, and do it all for me. Carry on, my loving family, carry on. Carry on, my loving family, carry on.
Spectre, Something informs me that our parting moment is at hand. I know it, but I know not how. Tell me, what man was that whom we saw lying dead? Let me behold what I may be in days to come. Before I draw near to that stone to which you point, answer me this. Are these the shadows of the things that will be, or shadows of the things that may be only? Men's courses foreshadow certain ends to which, persevered in, they must follow. But if those courses be departed from, the ends may change. Say it is thus with which you show me. A future dark, regretful run, a life gone astray, foreshadowing of things to come, and a darker day. Uncertain ends, warnings from friends, the die has been cast. Must it all go as you have shown? I cannot change the past, but I can change. I can be a better person. I can change. I can live a better way. I can change and create a brighter future. I can change to live for a better day. I see the light, a future bright, especially for me. A different tact, a brand new pact, I promise you will see. A change indeed, a different creed, a brand new start. A shift of mind, past left behind, a changing of the heart. Yes, I can change. I can be a better person. I can change. I can live a better way. I can change and create a brighter future. I can change to live for a better day. Am I the man who lay upon that stone? No, Spirit. Oh, no, no. Spirit, hear me. I am not the man I was. I will not be the man I must have been but for this intercourse. Why show me this if I am past all hope? Good Spirit, assure me that I yet may change these shadows you have shown me by an altered life. I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. Oh, tell me I may sponge away the writing on this stone. I can change. I can be a better person. I can change. I can live a better way. I can change and create a brighter future. I can change and live for a better day. I will live in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive within me. Oh, Jacob Marley, heaven, in the Christmas time be praised for this. I say it on my knees, oh, Jacob, on my knees. Change and live for a better day. not torn down. They are not torn down, rings and all. They are here. I am here. The shadows of the things that would have been may be dispelled. They will be. I know they will. I don't know what to do. I'm as light as a feather. I'm as happy as an angel. I'm as merry as a schoolboy. I'm as giddy as a drunken man. A Merry Christmas to everybody. A Happy New Year to all the world. It's all right. It's all true. It all happened. I don't know what day of the month it is. I don't know how long I've been among the spirits. Never mind, I don't care. Hello, hello there, what's today? What's today, my fine fellow? It's Christmas Day. I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. They can do anything they like. Of course they can. Tell me, do you know the poulterers in the next street at the corner? An intelligent boy, a remarkable boy. Tell me, had they sold the prize turkey that was hanging up there? Not the little prize turkey, the big one.
The one as big as me.
What a delightful boy, yes, my lad.
It's hanging there right now.
It is? Go and buy it.
How?
I'm in earnest, go and buy it. Tell them to bring it to this address. Come back with the man and I'll give you a shilling. Come back with him in less than 5 minutes and I'll give you half a crown. I'll send it to Bob Cratchit's house. He shan't know who sent it. Why, it's twice the size of Tiny Tim. A Merry Christmas to you. My dear sirs, how do you do? I do hope you succeeded yesterday. Oh, a Merry Christmas to you both.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, that is my name, and I fear it may not be pleasant to you. But allow me to ask your pardon, and will you do me the goodness?
My dear Mr. Scrooge, you can't be serious.
Please, not a farthing less. A great many back payments are included in it, I assure you.
My dear sir, I don't know what to say to
Don't say anything, please. Come and see me. Will you come and see me?
We will.
Thank you. I am much obliged to you. I thank you 50 times. Bless you.
Bless my soul, who's that?
It's I, your Uncle Scrooge. I have come to dinner. Will you let me in?
Let him in. It's a mercy he didn't shake his arm off. He was right at home in 5 minutes. No one could be heartier. Wonderful games, wonderful party, wonderful happiness. But he was early at the office next morning. Oh, he was early there. If he could only be there first and catch Bob Cratchit coming late. That was the thing he had set his heart upon.
He did it. Yes, he did. The clock struck 9. No Bob. 1:15. No Bob. He was a full 18 minutes behind his time. Scrooge sat with the door wide open so that he might see him enter.
What do you mean by coming here at this time of day?
I'm terribly sorry, sir. I am behind my time.
You are? Yes, I think you are. Step this way, sir, if you please.
It was an honest mistake, sir. It shall not be repeated. I was making rather merry yesterday, sir.
I am not going to stand for this any longer. And therefore, I'm about to raise your salary. A Merry Christmas, Bob. A merrier Christmas, my fine fellow, than I have given you. I will raise your salary and endeavor to assist your struggling family, and we will discuss your affairs this very afternoon over a bowl of smoking bishop. Make up the fires before you dot a single eye, Bob Cratchit.
Scrooge kept his word and infinitely more, and to Tiny Tim, who did not die, he became a second father. He was as good a man, as good a master, and as good a friend as the old city ever knew.
Some people laughed to see the alteration in him, but he let them laugh, for he was wise enough to know that nothing ever happened for good. At which some people did not have their fill of laughter from the outset. His own heart laughed, and that was quite enough for him.
He had no further intercourse with spirits, but lived upon the total abstinence principle ever afterwards. And it was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well, if any man alive possessed the knowledge. May that be truly said of us and all of us. And so, as Tiny Tim observed,
God bless us, everyone.
God bless us, everyone.